What's up, y'all? Out here at the range, as you can see behind me, got my jelly contraption set up here, got the chrono, got 2 blocks of gel, haven't done any testing on them yet. And as y'all can see by the title, what we're working with today is another 380 test. What we're using the Black Hills Ammunition Honey Badger. These were sent to me by Jamie, so I appreciate that. These are a solid projectile, a 60 grain, look very familiar, if you'll notice, to the Lehigh Extreme Defender rounds, almost identical. So 60 grain Honey Badger, and what we're putting up against them is the ARX Interceptors. Now these are 56 grain, so almost the same, just a little bit lighter. And if you'll notice, very similar build on these projectiles, a solid projectile. Now these are a copper polymer blend, but it's solid and it's got the flutes just like this Honey Badger and the Extreme Defender. So this ought to be a pretty interesting test. We're running them out, of course, the M&P Shield Easy Performance Center version, the 380 with the 3.5-inch barrel. Now, if y'all remember, I've talked about in the past that if I was going to carry a 380, these Extreme Defender type of rounds like this solid fluted projectile, this would probably be my pick. So we're going to check it out and see what happens. So let me get all this stuff out of the way and get y'all set up and we'll get started. All right, y'all, let's get some speeds on these things. I actually had to rearrange the position, as you see, with that chrono running long ways. Apparently that sun was doing something to it. I got some readings of 2,800 feet per second on these rounds, and we know that ain't right. So I got to set up now. I did some testing with the Full Metal Jacket. It's working good now. So we're going to start out with the Honey Badgers, the 60 grain Honey Badgers. I'm going to do a 3-round average on it and see what these are moving. These should be going pretty quick for a 380, but we'll find out. Here we go, y'all. $11.56 looks like. $11.83. And 1,200, so they are moving pretty quick for a 380. Let's go see what that average was. All right, so the 3-round average on the Honey Badgers was 1,179 feet per second, which is pretty quick out of a 380. So let's reset this and see what those ARXs are running. All right, y'all, let's see what these ARX Interceptors are doing. I expected them to be moving a little bit faster since they are a little lighter. The box is claiming 1,260 feet per second, but I don't know if that's true or not. So we're definitely gonna find out. So let's do a 3-round average on these also. Here we go. 1272. I guess the box wasn't lying. 1213. And 1211. So these are some fast little suckers right here for sure. Let's check out that average. All right, so the 3-round average on the ARX Interceptors was 1,232 feet per second. And if you remember out of those Honey Badgers, it was 1179, so we're looking at what, 47 feet per second faster out of the ARX Interceptor. So not a whole lot, but fair amount. What's that, around 5%, not quite 5%. So pretty decent difference there. So let's get all this stuff out of the way and let me get y'all set back up. Y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's Honey Badger jelly time. We're gonna start out with the Honey Badgers, the 60 grain Honey Badgers with the copper fluted solid projectile. So let's see what we get, y'all. Here we go. All right, look like a good clean hit. Let's go down there and see what happened. All right, y'all, that's looking pretty good down there. So let's try out these ARX Interceptors. Now these, again, were 4 grains lighter and a little bit faster. So I expect a little bit more penetration out of these, but let's see what happens, y'all. Here we go. I almost put that right in the same hole. Let me go up there and see if we can salvage that. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got. I put y'all on the overhead view here since those things went almost exactly side by side. And as you can see, they actually crossed over, the ARX crossed over the Honey Badger wound channel right about there. But as y'all can probably see, pretty nice daggone wound channels out of these things. Now, that Honey Badger's right here on the back side, this one right here, nice big wound channel on that. Come on out, looks like it's got good penetration. We'll measure that here in a second. And same with the ARX. It went right next to it. That's the one in the front. It's hard to tell from this view, but from the front side, it's basically the same exact size wound channel, same pattern, same look to it, same everything. Now it crossed over here. Now, one thing about the ARX though, is it's sitting in there backwards. So it tumbled somewhere along the line. Maybe, I'm sure it was in the wound channel down here, but it tumbled. And it rebounded a little bit. Now that may just be the gel. That probably didn't have anything to do with the projectiles, probably because it tumbled and the flat side was facing forward. But it did tumble. The honey badger didn't tumble. But as far as the penetration, these are actually going to be exactly the same penetration. The honey badger sitting right at 12.5. The ARX 12.5 is where it stopped and then rebounded back to 11.5, so rebounded back an inch, but they both stopped their forward motion at 12.5 inches. So decent penetration on that. This might be one that'd be interesting to do a clothing test on, because I figured that there would be more penetration out of these rounds, to be honest with you. I thought they'd go a little bit further, probably because they're so light they didn't go any further than that. But and this is out of a 3.5 inch barrel, so I don't know how they would do out of a shorter one anyway. I figured these would be superior to any of the 380 rounds we've tested so far, and not saying that they're bad, but I mean, it's not as crazy as I thought it would be. As far as the projectiles, no deformation at all on them, no kind of expansion, so I'm not going to pull those out and cloudy up the blocks. That way we can see the next test better, but no kind of deformation on those projectiles at all. And like I say, 12.5 inches of penetration on both of them. So I don't know. I wouldn't say, like I say, I don't think these are a bad round after seeing this, but y'all let me know y'all's thoughts on it. I don't think they're any better than some of the good hollow points we've tested so far, but let me know what y'all think about this. All right, y'all, another 380 jelly test in the books. This one was pretty interesting. I'd been looking forward to testing these style of projectiles, these Underwood Extreme Defender style projectiles like this. And I'll be honest with you, I expected a little more out of them. I'm not saying that I think it's a bad round after this, but I really did expect a little more. I expected a little bit more penetration for whatever the reason. At the speed they were moving, I guess it's just such a light projectile that it can only go so far. But I think this would be one that maybe would warrant a clothing test, just to see what kind of penetration, if any difference there is through clothing being a solid projectile. Shouldn't be much difference, being that these are solid even with the flutes like that. So this still may be the superior choice versus a regular hollow point. So maybe I'll come back with one of this style projectiles versus a hollow point through clothing and see if we get any clogging out of the hollow point and which one performs better then. But let me know what y'all think down below in the comments about these rounds. Do you carry something like this in your 380, or do you just go with a standard hollow point, or do you just go with a FMJ? Let me know down in the comments what y'all's thoughts are. If you enjoy the video, as always, make sure you hit the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification icon down below, so when I upload these videos, you can get notified and check them out as soon as I upload them. Check my Amazon affiliate storefront link down in the description like I always ask you. Christmas time's coming up. I know there's a lot of shopping going on. If you shop through Amazon anyway, hit that link up first. It doesn't cost you any extra, and it goes right through Amazon like normal after you hit that link. Anything you buy anywhere on Amazon after you go through that link, we get a kickback from Amazon towards the channel, and that helps, and I greatly appreciate that. Appreciate all my Range Gang members, like I always tell y'all, who reach down and hit that join button. That really helps as well, and I thank y'all very much for that. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all who watches my videos, thumbs up, subscribes, and leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think about these rounds, this type of round out of a 380. I got plenty more stuff I'm doing out here, plenty more that's already filmed, getting ready to be uploaded, so y'all stay on the lookout for that. In the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see y'all soon.